Okay, real talk. Think about the last time a song completely wrecked you. You weren't expecting it, you're just driving or doing dishes or whatever, and then that one song comes on, and suddenly your chest is tight, and you don't even know why. You're not sad, nothing bad happened, but something in you just breaks open a little. That happens to basically every human on the planet. Music gets in, every single time. But here's what actually blows my mind. Science still doesn't fully agree on why. We can explain why sugar tastes good. We can explain why a hug feels safe. But music? A bunch of organized sound waves traveling through air? Why does that make you tear up at a wedding? Or feel invincible at the gym? Or suddenly miss someone you haven't thought about in years? There's one theory that reframes how you think about every song you've ever loved. Stick with me, because by the end of this, the way you listen is never going to be quite the same. It starts with your brain being a prediction machine. That's literally its main job. Every second of your life, your brain is guessing what's about to happen next, with faces, with words, with danger, and with sound. So when music starts, your brain kicks into prediction mode. It tracks the rhythm, the melody, the chord progression, and constantly forecasts where things are going. When the music does exactly what your brain predicted, small hit of dopamine, familiar, safe. But when the music does something slightly unexpected, a chord that bends sideways, a beat that drops a half second late, your brain gets this little jolt, a tiny, pleasurable surprise. That jolt isn't an accident. That's the artist playing your nervous system like an instrument. The emotional response you feel isn't coming from the music itself. It's coming from the gap between what you expected and what you actually got. That's why a song hits differently on the 10th listen than the first. Your predictions have changed. The surprise is gone. Same song, different brain, different moment. Before I keep going, feel this for yourself, because if I just hand you the theory, you'll nod and forget. Pick the song. You know the one. The one that if it came on right now would mess you up a little. The one tied to a person or a place or a version of you that doesn't exist anymore. Got it? Don't play it. Just think about the opening, the first 2 seconds. Feel that? That tiny pull in your chest just from imagining it? You didn't choose that. You didn't decide to feel something. Before the song even played, your brain generated the feeling from a memory of a sound, prediction running ahead of reality. You don't get that from the smell of toast. You don't get goosebumps imagining the color blue. Music is different, and now you know why. Here's where I want to plant my flag. Because the common answer to why do we love music is kind of lazy. Most people say it's about emotion. Music makes you feel things, so you like it. That's technically true, but it describes the surface without touching what's actually happening underneath. Here's what I actually believe. We don't love music because it makes us feel emotions. We love music because it makes us feel like our emotions make sense. When you're going through something, grief, longing, restless excitement, those feelings are formless. Pressure inside your chest with no shape, no language, no edges. You can't hand that to someone and say, "Here, look at this." But then a song matches that exact internal frequency, and suddenly the feeling has a container. It has structure. It exists outside of you for 3.5 minutes. That moment of recognition is one of the most profound things a human being can experience. Music isn't a pleasure delivery system. It's a meaning-making machine, and it hits different from any other art form because it operates on the one channel your rational brain can't fully intercept: time. You can't pause to analyze it the way you analyze a painting. Your nervous system has to respond in the moment before your conscious mind can talk you out of it. That's the whole game. Sit with this for a second. There's a specific kind of silence that happens right after a song ends. Not before, after. When the last note fades and the room just holds it. You don't immediately reach for your phone. You just stay there, in that tiny pocket of stillness. That pause is you, your nervous system catching up. The song moved faster than your feelings could follow, and now your body is quietly assembling the pieces, figuring out what just got touched, and where, and why. The music already did its work. You didn't choose to feel what you felt. It just arrived, fully formed.
Like it had been waiting inside you the whole time, and the song just walked in and switched the lights on. That moment right after, that's what we're really talking about when we say we love music. Not the notes, not the lyrics. That's silence, the one that's completely yours. Let me flip the frame. So far, we've talked about music as something that happens in the present. Song comes on, brain predicts, emotion follows. Clean, linear. But music is a time machine that runs in 3 directions at once. Think about a song you loved when you were 16. You haven't heard it in years. It comes on, and in 2 seconds, you're inside it. The specific light in a specific room, the way someone's voice sounded, the feeling of not yet knowing how something was going to turn out. That's not nostalgia. Nostalgia is gentle. This is collision. Your past self and your present self slamming into each other at full speed, and the song is the wall they both hit. And the same song is pointing forward, because hearing it now changes it. You're bringing everything that happened after 16 into contact with music made before any of it existed. The song hasn't changed, but you've rewritten what it means without touching a single note. Past, present, future, all 3 at once. And your brain is somehow holding all of it in real time without collapsing. That's the whole architecture of what music actually is. Okay, stop. Pause. Forget everything I just said about time machines and nervous systems. Set it down. Think about a completely stupid song. Not a meaningful one. I'm talking about the one you're almost embarrassed to know every word of. The one that comes on and you immediately do the thing. The little shoulder move, the lip sync, the ridiculous air drum fill. You know exactly which song. You probably smiled just now. Here's the thing. That song is doing the exact same neurological work as the devastating one. Same dopamine loop, same prediction and reward cycle, same meaning-making machinery firing at full speed. It just feels different on the surface because the emotional register is joy instead of grief. Underneath, identical. Which means music isn't only doing its deepest work in your vulnerable moments. It's running constantly. In the stupid songs, in the ones you'd never admit to loving. The profound and the ridiculous are using the exact same door. All right, back to it. Because if this is all real, if music is writing itself into you, shaping you, then the question isn't what music you like, it's what you're doing with it. 1. Audit your passive playlist. The music you play without thinking is doing the most work on you. Not the songs you pick for a moment, the ones that autoplay while you cook, while you scroll, while you commute. Those get filed deepest. If your most played is all breakup songs on repeat, you're not processing, you're installing. 2. Use prediction error on purpose. If music is emotion through surprise, staying in one genre starves you. Your brain has mapped the territory, no gap left to jolt. Try one unfamiliar album a month, not to expand your taste. Do it because your prediction system needs new gaps to close. 3. Separate grief music from company music. There's a song for sitting with something hard, and there's a song for moving through your day. They don't interchange well. Play the grief music at the gym and you're teaching your nervous system that the gym is for sadness. Ask which song is a room you want to stay in and which is a hallway you want to walk through. 4. Build a future self playlist. Pick 5 songs you want to tie to who you're becoming, not who you've been. Play them when you're working on the thing that scares you. Your brain will braid those songs into that effort, and 1 year from now, you won't feel the old you. You'll feel the version that built something. None of this is about good taste. You're not just listening, you're being shaped. Shape on purpose. Most people never question the shortcuts they're running on. Music is the deepest shortcut of all, the one that slips past your thinking mind and writes directly into the part of you where feelings live. You don't listen to music. Music listens to you. It asks your nervous system a question, waits for your prediction, and either confirms it or breaks it. And in that tiny gap between what you thought was coming and what actually arrived, a feeling gets born. That's why the song wrecks you. Not because it's sad, because your brain for one suspended second gets to feel the exact shape of being alive, the shape of expecting something and getting something else, which is, honestly, the shape of every important thing that's ever happened to you.
So stop asking what music does to you. Start asking what you're doing to yourself with music. Choose your shortcuts, or your shortcuts will choose you. That's science applied.